Okay, hello Deb. So this is a blind spot reading for Deb D'Zio, and I have already shuffled, and I'm using my dark Mansion Tarot. Sorry, I'm trying to play around and experiment with the setup here of my camera, so hopefully things will be okay, but we'll see how it goes. So the first card, I know that the spread actually is vertical. I'm not going to do it that way on here just so that I can get everything in frame and that you can see how it is. Maybe anyways, we'll see. Let's do one card at a time. So I have already shuffled and we're just going to get started. So the first question is, who are you right now? So who are you right now? And I drew for you the moon. Again, this is my Dark Mansion Tarot, in case you were wondering. So what I get from this is that you're not sure yourself. Maybe something is changing for you or around you. You're discovering some new things about yourself. Maybe there's a bit of a spiritual awakening happening, but it seems like you're not 100% sure where you are and how or who you are at the moment and how you feel about that. She is holding the river sort of in her hands. So for me, that's the flow of emotion. You're not 100% sure of how to feel about some of the changes that are happening inside you right now. Hopefully that resonates. I may end up pulling a clarifier card, but we'll see how that goes. So I'll put this one right here. The second question is, what are you not seeing? So this card is the Strength card. So I really get, and it's interesting because that looks very much like the same person. So I think it seems to me that what you're not seeing is your own inner strength. You have the courage. Whatever is happening inside you right now that's causing you to be unsettled or unsure of things, unsure about the direction of things, whether you do in fact like the direction that things are going in, or you prefer the comfort and security of what you knew about yourself previous to whatever is happening right now. You're not sure whether you have the strength to carry forward, but this card is really seeing that you really are strong enough. You have that inner strength. You have the courage. You have the stamina to deal with whatever comes, and it will be for the better. So if that is, in fact, if those changes are valuable changes to you, then then do have the confidence that you will have the strength to face whatever it is. So maybe you're just feeling really unsure and unsettled, but that card is telling you that you're stronger than you think. Okay, so the third card is, what have you forgotten? Wow. What have you forgotten? So you have forgotten that change is inevitable. We can't stay where we are indefinitely, either in life, in our situations. We are constantly evolving as human beings through our experiences. And yeah, it's hard. You can see the water here looks pretty unsettled. And, he looks pretty unsettled. So whatever it is that's happening is probably not something that is unexpected to you. I think it's a change that you knew was coming, or you felt was coming for a little while. And it's going to be a little unsettling at first, but again, just remember that you are strong enough. You do have the strength to make it through. It's not, things aren't going to be in flux forever. At some point you will reach some stability, and things, however long it takes to get there, you have got it in you to deal with that. And you just need to decide right now whether you're okay with the changes. And if you're not okay with whatever changes are happening, then you have the strength to stop it. You have the strength to change it in such a way that it better meets your needs and your goals. So don't forget that. This is not, fate is not inevitable. You always have the power to make those changes. You have the strength to make those changes, the strength of will. And, things may be a little bit unclear right now, so perhaps you want to let them go on a little bit longer, and try to make it through that the unsettled period. It's so weird. You've got 3 majors so far. Whatever it is that is happening is big inside you. I'm not sure if it's some kind of spiritual awakening or what it is right now, but let's see what happens here. Okay, the next card is, what emotions are you ignoring? And for this card, let's put it here. This is the 2 of Pentacles. So what emotions are you ignoring? I think you seem to be ignoring emotions that are causing you to feel unsettled. I mean, he's trying to balance the two coins, and you can see that this net sort of forms an infinity symbol. So maybe your emotions are sort of going up and down. I know that these are coins, which is more about your health and your physical attributes, your physical needs and wants, your physical world. But there's a whole lot of water in behind here, and again, the 2 ships sort of going in opposite directions. To me, it really seems like right now the things that you're ignoring are the things that are those uncomfortable feelings. So are you repressing those emotions? Are you just preferring to let things evolve as they will, just because thinking about them or trying to make a decision is really hard and not comfortable? If that is the case, again, just refer back to your inner strength. You really do have that inner strength to deal with things, but it's not just the confidence to deal with things, but it's also, you have the power to make things happen. You have the power to make things change the way that you want them. So if you're not happy, you have to think about whether it really makes sense to just let things unfold the way they will, or to me it looks like he clearly has a preference for one of these 2 options. And so maybe I'm feeling like you really need to dive deep, really need to do that work of confronting your fears, or confronting that uncomfortable situation, those uncomfortable emotions, so that you can get to the root of what it is that you really need to do, and maybe shed some light on that darkened path, so that you can make a better decision. So that's number 4. And the 5th and final card is, what or who most needs your energy right now? And for that, I pulled the World. Wow, 4 out of these 5 cards are major arcana. So for me, this says that who really needs your energy right now is yourself. It's you. So you need to concentrate on yourself right now, or really sit with those emotions, that are making you uncomfortable right now in the potential change, and sort of work your way through. I'm not sure whether maybe doing a little bit of study on some shadow work. Why are those things making you really uncomfortable? Maybe you know it already, I don't know. But this really says to me that things are definitely changing. They're changing for the better. But you really need to spend some time, do the internal work, to make sure that you come through it the way that you want to. That when this change has happened completely, or is completely finished, then you're in a position that you're best positioned for it. And you're not going to be totally scrambled, you'll be prepared for it. So that's what that says to me. So again, let's just do a quick recap in terms of who are you right now. I kind of feel like, things are a bit of a mystery right now. The path is you're not quite sure of who exactly you're not turning into. It's probably the wrong verbiage, but you're not sure exactly who you are at the root of yourself. Maybe you've been following conventions, whether that's spiritually or just in your world. Maybe you've become a specific person for a specific purpose, or a specific other person, and trying to be someone that you're not, perhaps, and now you're finally starting to realize that who you truly are inside is somewhat different, and perhaps that's a little bit scary. You're not sure of where the root is going to end up. In terms of what you're not seeing, I think you're really not seeing yourself as you truly are. You're not seeing that you indeed have the strength of will, the courage, the bravery to confront the unknown, and to confront maybe outside pressures, even both internal and outside pressures. But you truly do. The sun is shining in the background, which really tells me that and he's pretty fierce as well, and she's calm. So I think if you can keep in mind that whatever happens, you will make it through, and you'll make it through very well. That will really help you. In terms of what have you forgotten, I think you've forgotten that change is inevitable. It's not always comfortable, but it does. That's the only thing that happens. That is the only, life has changed. So maybe you've been fairly complacent about a situation, and now things are at a point where you can't deal with them anymore, the way they are. Inside you or in your outer world. But I have a feeling that this reading is really about something inside you that's changing. Okay, and then what emotions are you ignoring right now? I think you're ignoring any emotions that make you uncomfortable, that make you, maybe some of this nervousness. I don't know do you suffer from panic attacks or anxiety, headaches, maybe anything that's sort of health related. Thinking about these changes and where things are going. Is that so uncomfortable that it's giving you physical symptoms? That's sort of what I'm seeing here. And finally, what or who needs your energy right now? I think you need your energy the most. This is the World card. It is a card about fullness, completion, endings, and then the start of a new cycle. But right now, you are your whole world right now. You need, if you don't have your health, if you don't have your spirit and everything that makes you you, then it's going to be your spirit, you'll never be complete, right? So you really need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself right now. Work through some of the uncomfortable situations, either with yourself or with some assistance from either a partner, someone you can talk to, or a healthcare practitioner, someone like that. But that's sort of what I'm saying. Just with the 4 out of the 5 cards all being major arcana, there's something pretty significant going on in your life, it seems like. I hope that resonates. I hope some of this anyway resonates. I've enjoyed doing this reading for you, and I would really appreciate hearing the feedback. If this is all full of crap. I hope not. But or if some of it does resonate with you, I would greatly appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk soon. Take care.